welcome to the Upkeep for Monday, March 16th, 2020.
That's right, it's all the magic news you need in 10 minutes or less. This time, coming at you from our quarantine homes.
Yes, we are respecting social distancing here in Minneapolis and recording remotely. But you know what? The show must go on, and we are still here to bring you the news.
That's right. So, up top, everything is canceled.
Yeah, the big news in the magic world is that, I mean, if you were going to do something magic related, you're not anymore.
Now you are not.
Yeah, if it was a tournament, something like that, sorry to say, everything's canceled. Wizards of the Coast said they're being very, very careful about the spread of coronavirus and COVID-19, and they have canceled several enormous tournaments. Two 100% canceled. Players Tours Finals in Houston has been canceled.
So those invites are going to move to Minneapolis, which is July 9th through 12th. So they say that event is going to be larger now, obviously, and it will award more prize money to accommodate the larger field.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of a ginormous event. If it even happens, we don't know what's going to happen in the future.
By July.
Yeah, I hope so too. They've also canceled Mythic Invitational Ikoria, and that is not being rescheduled.
That's right. That one is straight up canceled, and all of those invites are shifting down. So players who were qualified for the May Invitational are instead invited to the Mythic Invitational in July, and then those invited for the July Invitational are instead invited to the October Invitational.
And we have rescheduled a couple of events as well. So the Players Tour Series 2 events are going to move, and they're adding an online regional Players Tour for people who are not comfortable playing in-person events. So that's how that's going to work.
That's right. So the one in Copenhagen, which was in April and the beginning of May, is moved to Prague in late May. And then the event scheduled in Charlotte at the beginning of May is moved to Seattle at the beginning of June.
This is kind of funny that it's being moved to Seattle, which is like a corona epicenter, but okay.
Yeah. So,
and they say
optimism.
They're actively looking for a replacement venue for the one that was going to happen in Japan, and they will have more information on that soon. They're offering flight reimbursements for anybody whose airline is not paying them back for any of these flights they had already booked, although I think most airlines are doing that right now.
Yeah. Also, CFB has canceled all events through mid-May, so that includes Detroit, Sao Paulo, Louisville, Palm Beach, Houston, Charlotte, Copenhagen, and Kyushu.
So, that was the Players Tour regional event that we just mentioned.
Yeah.
SCG, of course, also jumping on this train, canceling the two events they had coming up, which was Baltimore and Syracuse. So those canceled as well. And of course, this cancellation of all these events is hitting a lot of people really hard. You know, Wizards of the Coast, SCG, Channel Fireball, the people who host the events, people who work at the events like Megan and I, and of course, also the judges. And so somebody who has very nicely started a GoFundMe to support judges who were going to go to these events and can't anymore. And we've got the link to that in our show notes if you want to head over there and throw some money the judges' way.
That's right. So some positive news. Ikoria previews start on April 2nd. The hashtag is MTG Acorrea, just the full thing.
Great. I was worried it was gonna be MTG Ikorea or something like that.
MTG Ika.
Yeah, so full word. And Corona news here as well. Local game stores have been given the all clear to sell pre-release packs to people if they just want to go pick them up, do curbside pickup or whatever they're doing, and then go and play in their homes in case it's not safe by then to play in game stores.
Yeah, because that was supposed to start Friday, April 17th, and the news is very much still in flux about what things are going to look like around then.
Yeah. So some news about some Secret Lair drops. This one a lot of people are excited for, Secret Lair Ultimate Edition. This is a reprint of all enemy-colored fetchlands coming out on May 29th.
Yeah, they have all new art, including a misty rainforest from none other than all-time bangers Seb McKinnon.
Oh, I'm so excited. That Misty is gorgeous.
Yes, non-stop bangers from Seb McKinnon in the art department.
So the thing is, you can only get these in stores. There's going to be a hard limit of 10 per store, and they're going to come in a commemorative box. But for a lot of people who have been waiting for these reprints, here is a way to do it that's kind of outside of reprinting them in standard.
Yeah. Next up, there is also a signature spellbook Chandra coming. It's going to have 8 iconic Chandra cards with a new fiery flame. A fiery
flame frame.
Yes, available June 26th.
And those are going to be all new art for those Chandra cards, which is really cool as well. And you'll get 1 foil in that pack as well. No news on how much they're going to cost, but the other signature spellbooks have been like around $20 or so.
Yeah. And finally, there was a Mythic Invitational Qualifier last weekend.
Yeah, so a lot of people trying to play for this for Mythic points and to get into the Mythic Invitational, of course, as well. A couple of people, notably on Twitter that I at least noticed had done it, were Sigrist, we had Mike Sigrist, Even Flock, and Greg Orange, all accomplishing this. So congratulations to them and everybody else who did well in that Mythic Invitational Qualifier. A little bit of sense of normalcy amidst the chaos that is occurring right now.
Nice. And as we mentioned earlier, those invites, which would have been for earlier this year, are instead pushed to the July Mythic Invitational.
Yeah, so everybody, I guess, if you're stuck at home, this is a great time to play some more Magic.
Yep, I sure have been.
And you know what? The thing is kind of neat is that, through the medium of video and podcasting, we're still able to bring you this stuff every week, which I think is really cool. But we're just going to briefly mention this on the Upkeep in case you don't listen to Good Luck High Five. But it does mean that Megan and I have been financially impacted pretty hard by the cancellation of some events. So if you've been thinking about becoming a patron, but you haven't yet, this is a really good time to do it. Our Patreon is patreon.com/GLHFmagic. And we would really, really appreciate support during these tough times if the Upkeep is something that you turn to every week to keep you updated on Magic news. So thank you so much for considering, and stay healthy out there, everybody.
Yeah, hopefully we'll bring you better news next week, but we'll just have to see.